Hey there, happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining me for a craft night with friends. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight, Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And it's a time that we can relax and craft together. So thanks so much for joining me again. We are working on the Splendid Sampler just for today. We worked on it yesterday, but we are working on the My Happy Place block from the Splendid Sampler 2 book. We got some parts of it ready to go. I would like to get all of our applique pieces stuck to our background today and fused. I don't think we'll sew anything, but there's lots of little itty bitty pieces, and I'd like to see if we can get them all on, because it'd be a bummer to like leave pieces behind before moving on. So awesome. That's the plan. Thanks again for joining me. Let's get going. All right, you guys. Nice to see you here again. So this is where we left off with our block. I started making applique pieces. So these have the fusible on the back. It's all ready to fuse, and so here's what we're doing again. We're doing this My Happy Place block here. So it's basically a sewing machine with all sorts of doodads and stuff everywhere. We got all our pieces traced onto our fusible yesterday. So now I think my plan is to and here's our pieces. We got the backboard, the sewing machine, and the little table and table legs done. So what I'd like to do, I think, is cut out our square from the white fabric. So we have a 7-inch square we need cut. And then I'd like to stick on these things because these are kind of like the main deals, and everything after this is just kind of detail. So I want to take the template. So here's the original template. Oh, maybe this isn't gonna work very well. I don't know. I was thinking maybe I could use this as a guide and just lay it on top, but now that I'm looking at it, this is in reverse, right? And we won't be in reverse anymore, so that might be a little tricky. So I think what I'll do is just use this as a guide. Like it looks like the legs go into the seam allowance a little bit, and I can kind of just see from the edge like how far these should go. So I'll use this as a guide, but I won't like trace right on top of it like I was thinking. We'll just like have this sit here. So all right, let's start out by carefully putting all of our little pieces back. Uh, I'm going to just try not lose these tiny legs. Okay, go over there. And let's. Ooh, we got a whole fresh piece of white. That's right. We needed to get a whole new. What is this? This is like a half yard of white here. Been a while since we've had a new piece of fabric for this project, but we use white for basically all the backgrounds on this. So um, I needed to have extra around. I'm just gonna kind of get this corner, and we'll cut our 7-inch square out of there. So ultimately, we're gonna trim these to 6.5 inches, and when they're in the quilt, they'll actually be 6 inches once they're sewn into the quilt. That's the finished size. Uh, but for this project, the instructions um, on applique blocks and embroidery blocks, they seem to add like um, add another half inch around to make it 7 inches, and I think that just probably helps with sometimes it can pull a little bit maybe um, as you stitch and as you handle it. So I think that's the reasoning. All right, so I got my big square ruler here. This is that new ruler. I haven't used it much yet. So I'm just gonna go to the 7-inch mark on it. And let's get my cutting glove here. Boop. I hope everyone down in Florida is staying safe. Is all that hurricane stuff supposed to hit tonight? I didn't quite see all that. Oops, I think I hit my head on you guys. All right, so I'm just gonna get that 7 inches there. All right, so we got the one corner. Oh yeah, I just trimmed that off. That's good. Let's rotate this around. Actually, like that's probably good. And I don't think this really has to be perfect, a perfect 7 inches, but I think, oops, let's find, there we go. It's gonna just help us though place items a little bit better, I think. If we can get this good. Ooh, gosh, that's crooked. All right, let's just pivot. There we go. That's better. All right, we're done with the white. All right, this is good. Now we can actually start sticking things on here, I think. I'm tempted to work directly on the pressing mat, but I think I want like a harder flat surface to do this. So, all right, I'm gonna get my done pieces again. These are like the big kind of main pieces. Let's get our guide out. You know what? I think I might draw the 6.5 inch line on here. So let's just get my 6.5 inch ruler here. I think I'm going to just grab a water soluble marker and just like kind of quickly go around the edge. I don't really like using a water soluble marker all the time. It kind of bleeds and gets in the way, but I think this will be helpful. I'm sure I'm not perfectly centered, but we're gonna do okay. Okay, that will help. Well, I barely got it on there, but it's still gonna help. So this is where this stick and stitch is gonna come in handy. Or not stick and stitch, the steam a seam 2 fusible web that we used because it's also sticky. And that's gonna be awesome for us with this particular project because we can stick things down and stick all our other little tiny bits on without fusing. So we can fuse right at the end. Okay, so this is actually going to be cut to 6.5 inches. I wonder if they cut this to... Oh yeah, so I actually have to go in another... I have to just like remember that there's another 1/4 inch that's going to be sewn in here. You know what? Let's just get started. I'm gonna just start sticking this down because, like I said, there is the benefit of it being a sticker. I can move it around. So I always try and go from the inside out on these pieces because I don't want to like pick on the edge here because this is like our perfect raw edge. In this case, I left the middle out so it's easy to grab from the middle. All right. So that's like a little sticker on the edge. So I'm going to try and just place it as best I can. But we can move it later, which will be good. I gotta remember I'm gonna lose a 1/4 inch there. I want it to be sort of straight. Oh, that seems straightish. So we can, what's nice is that it is sticky, so it'll stay on there. But we can always move it later if we need to. Okay, I almost want to put the table down next, but I think maybe we'll stick this. Well, I don't know. Let's just kind of see. Try and position all these things. Okay, these legs have to go in the seam allowance just a little. So like if this gets cut off, then this will be seam allowance. Let's just plop that there for now, and plop this like right here for now. This piece will go over the top of those just a little. And it looks like it's pretty centered in the design. So if I can get it about like that, and then this would go, looks like closer to this edge. So kind of right there. But then this would go on the top. So I'm gonna just like scooch this down a tiny bit. I think that looks not bad. So I'm actually gonna just like hold that there and see if I can pick the sticker off a little bit. Tear it down the middle. There we go. Let's see if I can get just a little bit of this stuck while we pull off the rest. I think I just like moved it all over the place. Doesn't work great. Let's say about there maybe? All right, let's pull the rest of this off. This is so tricky. So after this, it'll be easy though, because we'll just be sticking all the little things on top. Okay, how straight is all that looking? I don't know, not bad, right? So I kind of want to put this guy down first, but like not press it very hard, and then kind of try and stick these feet up underneath after, because I think that'll be easier to do. So let's just take the back off of this. So now I don't have like that center area. So what I'm going to do is just kind of draw an X. We'll go on this side here. Draw an X, like scratch an X basically into the center, and then I can pick that X and go from the inside out. So I'm not like picking at the edges. There we go. Oop. Puzzle on there. I don't want that. Okay, so now this was slightly overlapped and kind of centered. So slightly overlapping that sewing machine and kind of centered in here. Actually, we did a pretty good job there. How straight is it? Oh, not too shabby, I don't think. Yeah, I think that's decent. All right, so let's stick these feet. Before I press this down too much, I want to stick these feet on. So this one is like right behind the sewing machine, and this one is a little in front. Theoretically, I suppose they should be equidistant from the edge. So let's just kind of assume something like that. I'm still looking at this as a guide here, even though it is reversed for me. So all right, let's draw my little X on here. Now this I want over that seam allowance, like at the bottom here. So we'll lose a 1/4 inch, and then we'll actually lose another 1/4 inch, because for some reason we're still doing this on a 7-inch square instead of a 6.5. But that's fine. If it shrinks a little, then we have extra. All right, so about equidistant there. I do want to stuff it underneath here, so let's just lift that up a little bit. goes anywhere, I suppose. We are going over the seam allowance a little. Oops, got my head in there. All right, not too bad. All right, let's do the same for this one. Jennifer's asking, do I remember the sewing machine block in the Splendid Sampler 1? I've been using the Splendid Sampler 1 quilt these past few days, and because it's getting cooler and stuff. And there's actually, I have two, it's funny because I just literally thought of this the other day. There's two sewing machine blocks that are right next to each other. Oh, and I think one we did needle turn applique. So we had to imagine doing this, but like tucking underneath the edge for each little bit instead of doing the raw edge applique. Um, I think one of them was like that. That had to take forever, I would think. Okay, and let's trying to like have it be the same distance away as the other one. Ah, under there. Oh shoot! Stuck to my finger. Maybe that's in like this. Okay, calling it. That looks fine. All right, I'm actually tempted to fuse this right away, but I gotta remember they are stickers, so let's just stick them down a little bit more. We'll fuse the whole thing when we got everything on. So if I was using any other fusible versus this seam, all most other fusibles are not sticky, so they don't stick like a sticker like this is. So I would probably want to fuse it at this point. But again, since these are stickers, so they stick before I fuse it, I can move this around and not worry too much about my pieces going away. So, all right. Whew, I feel good about that. So, all right, so I'm gonna leave this out just because we need to know where all these other things go on the piece. So now I just kind of wanna, I'm gonna get my bin of fabric out, and we're gonna just like pick fabrics as we go, and then do these other pieces. I'm gonna get the iron going again, and we're gonna just do them one at a time, like how we did last night, because I think that's how I can handle little pieces of fabric everywhere. Um, yeah, it was nice doing this one at a time. So, all right, I'm gonna grab my fabric bin. This is like all the scraps from this whole project. We actually have a bag of scraps. So maybe I pull from here. That may be a good idea. So I am still trying to use the cream colors, the yellows and the creams. I don't know if I want to put in any of these other colors, although we could. Like it'd be fun to like the little squares of fabric that kind of go up in the corner here. Oh, actually, they go on this side because it's reversed. Those might be fun using some of our bright colors, kind of like that. So maybe our little fabric squares use the bright colors, and then maybe the little triangle square that goes here uses the bright color. So like the fabric that would be sewing would be bright, and then the rest maybe can be more of the neutrals again. So I like that idea. So let's pick that fabric that goes right here. That would be a nice big piece that we can do. That would be easy to get done. So yeah, let's pick fabric, and then I will cut this shape out. Um, yeah, I might cut this piece out right away too, so I can put this giant piece away. But let's just choose from like this mega scrap bag. Assuming there's gonna be some stuff in here that'll work. Like, here's a pile of blue. Gosh, that's That's kind of overpowering though. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to go that bright. Let's keep looking. Because yeah, I might not want to just overpower this piece. I want something like this. Oh, this is not big enough. And I think it's not contrasty enough for the smaller pieces. Could use this for one of the smaller pieces. I don't think it's big enough for the big piece. No, but I like this for maybe one of the we have those 3 swatches that are hanging up. Let's do this for one. I like that. Now this piece is big enough, but it's not like the bright color. Not bad though. I just think this is like too much. Like you're gonna put all your focus on that blue, and I still want you to look at the sewing machine. So I think maybe we do stick to these yellows and tans a little bit more. Maybe I don't know. Oh, we got. Oh, look at this. This is a whole thing sewn together. Sheesh. But we could get like a little bit of this flower from here. That'd be pretty for like our background. See if I can just. Do I got a little scissors near me? We get a seam ripper, but like I want to use this tiny little flower piece. I think we might be out or really close to being out of this fabric in the bigger pieces. So cool. So that can be one of our little bits up there. Oh, look at this sweet little piece. Is this big enough? Yeah, I think this is just big enough. Let's use this little cute little flower there. I mean, it all kind of blends together up there, but I don't know. I'm kind of into that now. Oh, here's a bigger flower piece. Ooh, maybe the flower piece can be our main piece down here. Oh, that would be nice. Let's do that. Okay, I love that. So this will be our main flower piece down here, and then let's do something else up here. What about this? Kind of pretty. Yeah, how about that? So these will be our little scrappy bits, and this will be our like main piece down there. Okay, and I think that's plenty of decisions right now. Excellent. Ooh, Maurice's got my box today, beautifully packed and perfect mystery gift for me. Ooh, that's always exciting. I love to hear that. I'm glad you like your mystery gift. That makes me happy. Oh, where'd this come from? Oh, this is part of the sewing machine. Okay. See, the pieces are already starting to get away from me a little bit. So I am gonna let's just extract what I need from the rest of this sheet. So this is part of the sewing machine. I'm not actually working on this part now, but I don't want this big piece to deal with anymore. Okay, so that's a later piece. Let's get this triangle. We cut out the middle of this triangle too, so we're gonna have to deal with that. There. Now this big piece is done. I will save that because we can get probably another project out of there. Okay, what I should have done here is marked which way is up. I'm not sure. This is like a perfectly equal triangle. Let's just kind of place it. Oh, it is a little different, isn't it? Ooh, I'll lose pieces to the floor. Yeah, who knows? Let's get on fabric and cut it out, and then I'll putz around with this. So, all right, so this and this go together. Oh, I gotta cut out the middle. Let's get a little tiny fold. I don't know how it's going, but the goal. Ooh, I'm gonna use those smaller scissors. The goal is to still get all these guys stuck on here tonight. Um, and then we're gonna actually put this project away for a little bit. I do want to work on the ABC quilt, like the quilt as you go sort of process, um, for the rest of the week. You guys, our 40% off embroidery kit sale is going on still till Thursday. So I think Thursday night that ends. And then it's just a couple more days till October. Crazy. we had another batch of embroidery kits go out today. So if you ordered recently, you should be getting it for real soon here. Okay, I'm going piece by piece again because otherwise I'm gonna mess myself up. So let's just do that. I'm gonna get my mat out again. I don't think I need my rotary cutter anymore. Trying to get rid of things that take up space here. Okay, so I gotta remember I gotta go on the back of this. Ooh, is this big enough? Yeah, I think it's gonna be just big enough. So let's press this piece. Whew, look at that cute little piece. All right, and then this will totally fit. All right, so I'm gonna pull. Oh, yeah, this is the tricky bit. So I'm gonna pull the yellow marked side off here, but I need to make sure that the glue part stays on the other half, and that's always hit and miss with this seam. There we go. There we go. I want the sticky part to stay on here and not to stick onto this side. Ooh, thanks for the follows, everyone. I appreciate it. Let's put this guy like right here, maybe. Oh, actually, I want that pink flower, and we're gonna fussy place this a little bit more. I like that pink. There we go. Now we get the pink, gold, and teal. Okay, so now I'm gonna fuse this. Fuse this to there, then I can cut it. And then this piece will be ready to stick on. And we can stick it on with the sticker right away because we have our background kind of placed. So this is gonna be good. We're gonna be able to stick all these right away. That's exciting. Scissors. Now this is where I need to cut really nicely on the line. My breath. Oh, you guys, I started watching the next Great British Baking Show. I'm on episode 2 of the new season. I love that show. It is so freaking relaxing and cute and fun. All right, I'm going to just take the sticker off right away. I don't think we need it, or the paper backing right away, because we can stick it onto our background here. Scooch all these guys out of the way. I think we'll do all those at once. All right, I'm going to go from the inside. There we go. Paper off. Ooh, rip. Nolene says, I wish there was a Splendid Sampler 3. It's time, I think. Nothing better than us sew along together. This has been fun working on all these sew alongs for sure. This does look all the same. Let's stick it on like here. So, all right, I'm looking at my image again, and it looks like it goes all the way to where this curve is. So cute. I like the way we went with this little floral. It's cute. All right, and then I'm just gonna go along the top edge. I want it to get that place nice. Kind of like so. And hangs over a bit. That is all sorts of cute. All right, love it. All right, and then that piece is ready. Okay, I'm liking this one piece at a time thing. I think typically you'd probably do all the pieces, like get all the fabric on all the pieces, have all the pieces ready, and then lay all the pieces out at once. But like literally doing this one at a time is just keeping my space more organized and clean, and I think that's what I need right now. So, all right, here are my 3 fabrics for the little swatches that go up top here. So I'm gonna scooch this out of the way. Let's cut our swatches here. Oh my god, look at all these tiny pieces. Oh, that's the spool of thread. Ugh. I think let's do that next so it's just out of the way. And we'll end with the scissors and the ruler. Oh, and we got like, there's decorations on the sewing machine yet too. Dang, we got a lot to do yet here. Actually, So I'm gonna just get each of these squares. I'm gonna try and leave this piece big yet because it'll be a reminder that like, hey, remember you got that spool of thread to do on here yet. And if we don't quite finish tonight yet, then oh well. I'll just have to have little pieces hanging out. Gosh, I'm just looking. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 pieces left, not including these. So, oh my gosh, that's a little bit more than I thought. All right, let's do these. All these come over here. Fabric here. Okay, I'm gonna put all the wrong sides or the right sides down so that the wrong side's up. I'm glad I didn't mess that up on the last one because I don't have much of that fabric left, and it would have been sad to put it on the wrong side or the incorrect side. Puzzles out of the way. So many puzzles. All right. Taking the side off with yellow edges. Feels good to do this. Haven't done an applique block in a while. It feels like, even though this, like I was saying yesterday, this was intimidating. Like all the pieces on this and all the tiny pieces. Let's let it get in there. Great. Perfect. Looks a little dirty. Oh no. It's crazy that we just sit around and do this with fabric. Let's cut tiny pieces and put them onto other tiny pieces. Just funny. Ooh, Lynn says I just finished the sugar skull lantern on a tea towel. Ooh, I bet you that's pretty. Now doing the batty bat on the opposite end of the towel. Ooh, that's a good combo. That's so sweet. I love doing that little batty bat one. He's quick and cute and fun. What's going on here? Oh, I definitely want some of that decorative stuff going on. Let's go kind of in the middle. All right, get these papers out of the way. Keep my garbage in check here. And okay, let's fuse all these tiny squares. All right, oh, that was fused enough. All right, let's trim these out and we can place these onto our back right away. Trim just nice straight cuts. So I think these are hanging, yeah, they'll hang at like a little diagonal. And then when we do the embroidery part of this project later, it will get a little French knot as if they're all hanging on a hook. Ooh, I don't know. Am I gonna keep these little pieces? These pieces I probably won't keep, but this I'm gonna do this guy now. So I'm gonna just trim a decent piece away because I want to save that. But this other one I think will be too small to save. I just wanted to make sure that I'm not saving any piece that has fusible on. I really did not draw these lines straight. Yeah, I think I can cut a little straighter. That's good. Oh, Linda says this is so enjoyable, relaxing to watch. Isn't that so silly? I just, it's so funny, because I watch other crafters and stuff too, even like gamers and stuff. I just think it's so fun and interesting that we can just chill and watch other people craft while we're crafting or doing something else, and that it's just like a fun, calming thing that keeps your attention just enough, but like not so much that it's like draining. Like it's there's something about it that I think is really neat. Right, here's our three pieces. Let's get our. I'm like afraid I'm gonna like sneeze and these are all gonna blow away. All right, zoop. Come back here. Okay, so now these pieces get kind of like tucked in the corner here, but we got the spool of thread hides in here too, so I just gotta think about that. So I'm gonna just like throw these down to start out with. Then we can kind of rearrange and oop, make sure that we're not gonna be in the way. Oh God, flopping everywhere. This is gonna be nice and subtle back here. I like it. Ooh, I did not cut this out square. It's a wonky rectangle. Oh well. I like the placement of that one. So the spool. Oh, I guess the spool's farther over here. So the tiny spool is gonna go right there. I think this looks pretty good where it is. I'm gonna stick this guy down first. So we gotta scratch that back on here. Oh, and of course this other one's moved. Noeline says watching crafting is like therapy and meditation all rolled up into one. Exactly. It's just like a crazy phenomenon. It's just fun. And you're trying to explain it to someone else, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna sit around and do that. But it really hits all the like relaxing marks and everything. All right, I'm gonna keep that light. I'm not gonna press that down really hard yet because we can kind of move it around. It is so subtle on the back that like I'm looking in the camera and you can hardly see it, but like I'll wait till I get the other ones down. But it is really, this is definitely a close up design that you can, I like that better. That you take a look at it and then you see all of the detail once you're right up in there. Especially, ooh, I think I poked through this guy. Right. Um, Especially with our particular block, since we're doing and quilt, since we have all these light colors that we're working with, so that adds that extra challenge of how do we get detail and contrast and all that when we're. So that's the corner that I'll be putting the French knot in. So. Gotta also remember that I'm gonna be sewing around each of these edges. So I wanna make sure that there's enough like little tiny space for that. I think we're good. Last one down. And then I'll show you this closer up, but I do wanna get the last piece down so it doesn't floof off into the air. My gosh, we got like 8 more pieces yet, you guys. Is that what I said? 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, oh my god. I'm not sure we're gonna get all this done tonight. But we'll do as much as we can. Not cut perfectly straight, but easier. Cute little swatch of fabric. I think that looks good enough. All right, so here's it closer for you guys here, all those little bits, and you can see all those there. Super subtle. I mean, we went with this kind of crazy star background, but I'm really liking it. So I'm gonna just like press these a little bit more. So that's where they're gonna live. The end. All right. What now? Kind of thinking we should get that tiny freaking spool of thread on here. And I'm thinking about this. Um, we're gonna be using that orange thread on here, so it would be kind of cool if the thread was actually orange. Here's my scrap bag stuff. Here we go again. Let's see if we can find some cute colors. These pieces are so small, it's pretty ridiculous. Like, look, we could use this tiny freaking scrap for that. That'd be pretty cute for the thread. Maybe something more solid though. Maybe we have this bright yellow. Cute. We need the tops and bottoms too. And actually this, I just pulled this out. This might be a good top and bottom because it looks like an old wooden spool maybe. So okay, that's gonna be the top and bottom of these tiny, like look how small this is. These tiny, tiny little pieces there. We'll do that. And then I don't know, I'm kind of leaning towards this solid. I think this is too much. Like the thread wouldn't like variegate that much in color. I'm thinking this. I don't see any orange jumping out at me. Oh, what's all this? More white. Okay. Trying to take a tiny piece. They're nice little strips. So, all right. Itty bitty spool. I think that'll be fine. And then it'll be framed in this darker bit. Yeah, not bad. We're gonna go with it. Quick decisions. Quick-ish decisions, I guess. Okay, scooch that out of the way. Ugh, what'd I do with that yellow piece already? It disappeared already. Of course it did. And then there's another piece sitting on the floor here. Okay. I'm sure it's attached to me somewhere. Or maybe I threw it back in the bin. But here it is again. And then this is popping out at me. So this just popped out at me. This could be a different, instead of the yellow. Because this is kind of, it's got this little crosshatch in it. So that would almost look like thread is spooled around. I think I'm going to use that instead. Yeah, okay, out of here, yellow. Good, okay. Flip. I'm going to just get these guys flat here quickly. Ooh, I want to get this out of the way. I don't want to fuse him yet. Okay, now let's, I want to just make sure I want to get those threads just right. So let's do that first. I'm gonna use my giant scissors yet because I like how it cuts this. Okay. All right, well, we gotta go on the outside of the line first. There we go. And this piece I'm not saving that away. Crazy small. I'm not sure we've done applique this small before. Ah, oops. Ah. Vertical on that cross hatches. I don't know. I think that's the best. Good enough. The end. All right. And now these two little babies here. Crazy small. Ah, I'm literally gonna cut my finger. These are the smallest things ever. There we go. Again, getting the scraps out of the way because these will just like attack me later. Like literally feel like I'm performing surgery here. Oh, Linda says those little scraps come in handy. Good you kept them. Exactly. I should have stayed up on my putting it in that little bag that I've been pulling them out of. Oh, shoot. little glue moved a little bit, but okay, I think I got it back. Okay, this I'm just gonna get down wherever before it escapes me. Come on, guy. There we go. Because I've just been throwing it in my big bin, and that's been like that's a total mess. I should go through that and put a bunch of that into the crappy bag we've been using. Nice having this extra little tool, I think, for this. All right. This is ridiculous. Look at these small pieces. Oh, like the iron is gigantic next to it. Crazy. All right, again, I'm thankful that we like taped them all onto this already, or like stuck them onto that. Okay, I'm gonna move my mat here. Okay, and I'm looking at the time, and we are 100% not going to finish um, this tonight. It would be nice if we could get. So we got our scissors and ruler piece here, and then I have these little kind of like details to the sewing machine. I'd like to maybe at least get one of these done because these are like feel like loose bits that might disappear. But let's do these even smaller bits first. So the spool goes down first, and then the top and bottom of the spool overlaps that, and it looks like it all just kind of sits right on top of the machine. There's no overlap there. So I think I'm going to do my best to try and place this guy first. Then we'll just try and get the other bit. I'll put it crooked too. Meow. A little bit more on top for overlap. This is where I should be holding this with the tweezers, like legitimately. Actually, I might do that. I don't have a tweezers, but I do have a. So now I'm doing real surgery. I have uh, this, and I think I'll hold the fabric side. Little clamp there. Oh my god. I feel like I'm shaky doing this though. I do not think that was easier. And he's a little crooked, but that's fine. Okay. Good enough. I'm actually going to stick it on right away. I'm not even going to move on to the other ones. So we get this on. Okay, so it's about right above this sort of inner bit. So I think about right there. Get this edge off. I'm try and do that X. Little scrape in there. God, I'm gonna drop this. Never be seen again. Come on, please. I'm definitely gonna get this like stuck there. But look how cute with the I don't know if you guys can see like the little tiny crosshatch on there. Okay. Let's so I want it kind of floating just a hair above because we'll have those little feet. This is ridiculous. This is just so silly. These tiny pieces. Okay, and I think I literally am gonna have to hold it with this, but I don't know. Like, let's go right there. I feel silly. We're gonna hold it right here. Both these edges at once. Cut past You know what? I'm literally gonna save this piece yet, so I want to cut away those two little chunks uh, of fusible. So that's savable yet, right? Okay. Now what? There. Okay. I am now trimming off the first one. Okay, and here's the scrap of this one. Direction. This is just so silly. Because I could use it smaller. I'm gonna recut that one. Okay, now I gotta like find where my pieces are down here. Okay. The non-piece. I think right here and here are the pieces. These other ones. This is ridiculous. Put the paper off of here even. This might be all we do tonight. I think this is gonna take us the rest of the time, just these tiny pieces. Okay, I got it. All right, now gonna be our bottom piece. Try and get it right up on the sewing machine. How are we gonna keep this on? Like this is gonna have like I gotta sew this on yet somehow. This is gonna be like just one little straight line. I don't like it overlapping the machine a little bit. Okay, that is where you're gonna live. The end. Hey, little guy. Like literal surgery here. Okay. It's pretty dang cute though. That was a little top, a little fatter than the bottom. So silly. So here he is. Our itty bitty 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 spool of floss there or thread. Again, this will be kind of outlined in that orange, or it'll have a little bit of that orange when we actually sew these pieces to it. But like right now, this is just so silly, but it's pretty cute. I like it. Um, Man, I wonder if we can get one more little piece in. This guy is like the faceplate here. Ugh, I don't know. I think I might just leave it right there tonight because we are close to the end. I think that piece is going to take us a lot longer than I think. I almost want to fuse all this. Actually, I might want to fuse all this. I'm under the impression that I am not going to move any pieces here. So I think I'm going to fuse this. Unless it sounds crazy. Does that sound crazy? Use this just because I don't know when we'll be working on this again. It'll be like a month. So I don't want to like I don't know how well this is going to stick forever without fusing it. So I don't want these to move. So I think I'll fuse this cuz I like where those are. The only other things we have on here are just kind of little like detail things like this line goes up here, this guy goes here, and then we got like two parts of a scissors and then this is a ruler. So that goes the ruler goes there and then the scissors goes like right after it. So those can just kind of go wherever. That's not going to be affected by us fusing. So I think we're going to fuse. It feels dangerous not to. All right, decision made. Let's do it. Get my mat out here. I'm just like especially scared of these tiny pieces here. And everything looks straight, I think, and I don't really want to futz with that. It's looking sweet. It's gonna look really nice, I think, when we outline the sewing machine with the orange, our orange sewing thread. I think that's gonna make a big difference. All right, this is the permanent fuse now. At this point, it has just been kind of sticking, but now this is like the real deal fuse. And then the final thing that's going to make it permanent is the actual sewing it on. But this is the bit where I just want to make sure that I don't work on this for a month, that it all stays. Wow, this really blends in the background there. We're definitely going to need our outline. Like the little table it's on. It's cute. Cute, cute, cute. Cute, cute, cute. Oh, even just fusing it, it seems like they're almost like melding into the fabric a little bit more. So even that is working. I think that's probably plenty good. It is looking so sweet. It's just so cute and silly and darling. All right, let's see what it looks like on the white. Yeah, I think you can see the when you're not like holding it up like this or on a dark color, you can see the contrast between the white and the sewing machine a little bit more. This like legit looks like my sewing machine too, which just makes me happy. All right, you guys. Do I have the 6.5-inch square to check the size? Oh yeah, I could do that. Oh yeah, it's right here. So, well, it's too late now because I fused it, but yeah, so it's actually 7 inches. So the 6.5 will be here, and all this 1/4 inch all the way around is going to go away, and I think we're looking pretty good there. So the only thing that's really centered is kind of the uh, table. Everything else is kind of like off a little bit. At least, I'm going by what the original layout is. I mean, I could have probably centered it if I wanted to. We could put it wherever we wanted to, but I was trying to make it like the original, and really the only thing centered was the table. This is a little off center, which is fine. And I think the sewing machine is a little bit that way, so kind of balances itself out. So great. So we got a lot of pieces done on this tonight, for sure. And now we just have, like I said, the scissors, 2 pieces to a scissors, a ruler. There's 2 bits on the sewing machine. I'm really happy we got the spool on there. And then you guys, there's tons of embroidery to this too. So what we'll probably do is sew all these pieces on first and then do the embroidery, because then I know for sure that these are attached really well. Embroidery. Yep, there's a lot to do on here yet, but we'll get there. So awesome, you guys. All right, so here we are, looking all cute. So awesome. So I will. We won't be working on this anymore this week. We'll be picking it up again probably the last week of next month. So the last week of October, we'll probably do it a little bit. Tomorrow, we're gonna work on the ABC quilt. We're gonna work on that quilt as you go process. So I do have the machine out here yet. I think we'll actually be doing some sewing, which would be nice. So yeah, a little quilt as you go process. And I'm doing it a little differently than I've done with this quilt as you go quilt, which we're doing for the Splendid Sampler. So it'll be interesting, I think, to try the 2 different ways. They're very similar, but they're gonna be a hair different. So we'll play with that tomorrow. Awesome. Thank you guys again. Oh, be sure to check out that 40% off sale that goes till Thursday. And if you're watching live right now, or like about 15 minutes or so from now as well, and you order $20 or more from penguinandfish.com, I will throw in a free mystery gift for you. So thanks again for being live with me here. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central with possibly baby news, I'm thinking, by then. So we'll see. I'll let you know. All right. Good night.